Recording has started.
Greetings!
Recording.
Uh-oh, are you logged in twice?
Going on.
I think somehow you're logged in twice because I see J-Glow and Glory.
Yep.
Oh, I think
So
J-Glow just left.
every time I log in, it tells me, so I log in and then it says, and then another screen pops up and says, you're not logged in yet. And then so I log in and then I don't know, logging me in twice, but I got rid of JGlow. Now I'm here.
And no echo.
Gosh. How are you doing?
Pretty good, just been busy with recreation stuff.
I bet.
Swamped. Trying to figure out ways to keep the program up and going, so.
No big restrictions this year, or we still got restrictions on crowd gatherings?
More of council trying to figure out ways to get out of the agreement with the district.
Oh,
So, but we have another year now for the recreation program, so both sides agreed to extend it for a year.
okay. People will be happy
Um,
about
yeah, did you see the email that we have a presentation at the workshop on the 1st?
that. No. You mean the presentation at the commission, at the council meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I requested that we can talk about it in the meeting too. It'll be on the 8th, actually. We switched it to the 8th.
What Sadie sent out looked like it still had the 1st.
Yeah, and then Todd, I wrote Todd, and Todd said we need to switch it to the 8th because I'm going to be out of town on the 1st. And then he just wrote me back and said that he switched it to the 8th.
Odd who?
Oh, not Todd. Sorry, Terry Carter.
Oh, okay.
Recording is on.
We only need 2 more. Are you going anywhere fun out of town?
Yeah, we're going up to Ashford. We're going to do some I snowshoe and snowboard at Paradise, and then my husband does the split this telemark skis,
Nice.
the AT skis. So yeah, hopefully it'll warm up a little. Like it's frigid out there. Little getaway without the kids.
Recording is on.
Uh-oh, Debbie's logged in twice. Debbie. Did Debbie just mute herself? I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Josh Gonzalez just texted me and
Yes. I know, I think I canceled, I just got one.
I think he somehow joined the wrong meeting, so I just sent him the correct info. He should be here in a second. There you are.
It was on the wrong, so I did the number that was on the agenda, and it's the wrong one. So
Okay, remind me how many you need for a quorum here. We'll need one more.
One more than 50%. So there's 11 positions, so we need 6.
So Stephanie,
Oh, that's fine.
I thought I just saw Jennifer on a minute ago. Wasn't she on just a minute ago?
she told me she would be here. Let me ask her if she's having trouble. Oh, there she is.
Okay, so I see 6. Is that what you see, Miss Debbie?
No, I see 5, plus you and me. We don't count.
Stephanie will be here in a minute.
Well, Caitlin's here. And then Glory, Jennifer, Josh, Melissa, and Molly.
Oh, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so since we have a quorum, I'm going to... What? I will
Go ahead, yeah,
call...
you're good. We can start.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. And so... Let's see, if I go down the list, Glory is here. No Stephanie, correct? Molly, I saw here. No Lori. Melissa is here. No Omar. Josh is here. No Rodrigo. Caitlin is here, and Jennifer's here. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is elect a 22 chair and vice chair. Does anybody want to nominate someone who would like to be chair for the year?
Yeah, David, I thought we did that back in November. We
For
voted.
2021.
Oh, the one meeting we had, 2 meetings we had in 2021. Okay.
Right.
So we're up for a vote again.
Yep, new year, new person. Well, not necessarily new person. New year, new vote. Can still
Okay,
be the
thanks.
same people.
can I
Keeping
nominate
track of that.
for chair?
Sure, Josh, who do you want to nominate?
Glory.
Okay. Does anyone second that?
I'll second it.
I think that was Caitlin, right?
Yep.
Hey, any Anybody else want to nominate anyone else for chairperson? Any comments? Hey, let's take a vote. Who doesn't want to be chair? I mean, who wants Glory to be chair?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Anyone opposed? Hey, Glory, it's your meeting. You get to run the vice chair part now.
Okay.
Back to just being a staff person.
Back to being a staff person. All right. So we're going to take a vote for vice chair, co-chair. Stephanie French. Oh, Molly, you okay? You said you can't hear anything? Are you able to hear? I don't know. Maybe write in the chat if you need to communicate. So yeah, we're going to vote for co-chair. Stephanie French was
Vice
co-chair last
chair.
year. I would like to
Vice
vote.
chair, not co-chair.
What's that?
Vice chair, not co-chair.
Okay, vice chair. I'd like to. I think without Stephanie here, I know she's had a lot of changes in her life, a lot of health issues with her family, and I'm not sure she's going to want to jump in as vice chair. So, is there anybody who would like to nominate? Anyone? I don't know, David, if she's not here, how does that go? Oh, you're muted as well. David, you're muted.
I know we have one other person that's interested in joining the Arts Commission, so if we want to wait until the next meeting, and hopefully we'll have more people at the meeting,
Yeah, I agree.
and then we can get an update on Stephanie to see which way she'd like to go.
Yeah.
If she's interested in continuing or being the vice chair again.
Okay. Is that all right with everybody? Do I need to make a motion for that or just move on?
I think it can just be tabled to the next meeting.
Yep.
All right. So approval of minutes. Anybody like to make a motion to approve the minutes? Or what are we doing? November was the last time we met.
Both
Oh,
sets of minutes can be approved at the same time.
Okay. Can I get someone to make an approval of the minutes? Make a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion up for for November 17th. And are we doing September 22nd as well?
Yep, you can do both at the same time.
So I moved to approve the minutes of September 22nd and November 17th of 2021.
I second that motion.
All right. Thank you. The minutes have been approved. Moving
Need a
on to.
vote, though.
Nope, you need a vote.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Debbie. Moving on to correspondence. David, do you have
I don't have
anything?
any. Do you, David?
I don't have any correspondence from anybody at this time.
I'd like to add that I've been in communication with Julie Kissick. She edits the Lake Taps Living magazine and the what is it called? Bonney Lake magazine. I don't remember what it's called exactly. been in touch with her about submitting an article, more information. We've been submitting articles to her regarding the artists that display in the courthouse. She posts pictures for us and does little interviews. And then I'll be posting more articles with her, kind of doing call for artists and kind of featuring a little bit more about the Arts Commission, some of the projects that we're working on. And so it's a great way to get a little bit of shout out to the community that way. Are there any citizen comments? We don't have any citizens.
And no one sent anything in.
Okay, thanks. So working on the agenda here, we have work plan at the first. Is there anyone who was taking that on? I think I had talked about it at the last meeting. Have not been able to rifle through it. It's a lot.
Were the old files ever recuperated or no?
Sorry, say that again?
Were the old previous was a previous work plan found or no?
I haven't been able to locate any digital copy of Gary's things for the Arts Commission.
I think
And things that I'm doing now, I'm making sure are going into an Arts Commission folder on our Everyone Drive. So whomever down the road, should I ever depart, will have access to them very easily.
Lori might have had a copy of it.
Digital copy. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, David. I think at this point there aren't any changes. I haven't updated it. Stephanie was going to help me with that, and like I said, she had a family emergency and wasn't able to, so there's nothing new to report about that. Unless anyone has anything to say. Thank you, Melissa. I can reach out to her and see if she has a digital copy. So we can move on to B, unless anyone has any more comments. So the annual calendar of events, very similar to the work plan, but also needs to be updated. So it's been tricky because we haven't been able to meet since last year. And not speaking for Stephanie, but just letting you all know that, yes, Stephanie sent out she and I had been talking about kind of getting more of a feel for what the commissioners really wanted to do, projects that were actually motivating to us, and not just necessarily carrying on old projects from past commissioners. So she wanted to send out a survey and ask everybody kind of, what projects they wanted to work on before we set up a work plan and before we set up a calendar of events. Debbie, do you know if there's any reason why we couldn't do that, or like sending out a survey to commissioners?
No, but it just needs to go through either me or David, and one of us will send it out.
Cool. Does anyone else have any more comments about the calendar of events? I mean, I could use help.
Oh, I just want to make sure. David, there's no Bonney Lake days this year, right?
That is correct.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. I guess what's that?
We will only have our Wednesday night concerts, and then we will have the Taste of Taps on July, I think it's 23rd-ish, whatever that Saturday is in July.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can ask everybody in the meeting now, is there anyone interested in running the summer booth? Because that's kind of the thing that needs to start getting planned sooner than
That is
later.
further down on the agenda. And a
That's
new
later.
business. Yeah.
Summer booth. Okay. Well, then we can move on then, and like I said, it's been hard to put the calendar together without help, and kind of wanted to get some more feedback from everybody. So that is something that I'm still working on with Stephanie.
Molly just said in the chat that she can't hear anything because the audio and speakers aren't working.
Oh no.
Like in the meeting chat right here.
Uh-oh. Why am I not seeing the chat? There's the chat. Oh, that would be good to read. Okay. Is there anything we can do on our end, Molly, to help with that? Maybe log off and hop on a phone, maybe? I think we'll just continue to move on. Thanks for seeing if you can help. So moving on in the agenda, unless there's any more comments on the last about the work plan, about the calendar of events. I know there's a lot of questions about that because we have a lot of new commissioners who aren't familiar with what we've done in the past. Does anybody, I mean, one thing I can bring up about that right now is that typically in January we send out a call for community input to fill out application for the Medal of Arts Award. Is something we've awarded a community member every year, and that's any of the arts, so music, digital, paintings, performance art, and we've handed out, I think, maybe 4 or 5 of them now. So with the changeover and everything, that just didn't happen this year. So I'm trying to track down the application for that so that we can do it a little bit later this year, but still make sure it happens. And that's always been a really, really cool event. Not an event, but something that I really want to keep with the Arts Commission as we move forward, kind of changing things a little bit. It's one of the things that I really want to is awarding a community member. So, David, is there any way to search through your files and see if you have a copy of that, or should we just make a new one? Medal of Arts Award application.
I will dig through, but honestly, it'd probably be just as quick to make a new one, and then we can make sure we have a new updated one. But I will definitely look and see if we can
Okay.
find one.
Thank you. And who would I go through to, who updates the city website?
There's a variety of people, but I can get stuff updated by the person for our department. Because me not smart enough to update website.
Yeah, me either. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer to help create a new Medal of Arts Award application? I can talk you through it, what needs to be on there. Should be pretty straightforward.
Is this different than like the artist application on the site, right?
Yeah, it's just basically like, why do you nominate this person? Why do you think, what are their contributions? They don't even have to know about it. Like, you can surprise nominate people. Basic, just like, what are their contributions to the city? There's some requirements. They have to live within at least near to the city limits. And basically,
I think that's a
Lori, I think that would be something good to be bringing up during Tunes for Taps or during anything else like that. If anybody knows of anything that they can be bringing up, and please bring it forward and be acknowledging the Arts Commission during the Tunes for Taps. So I
Yeah,
think
in the
that's another
past
way
it's
to
been hard.
find out about.
Yeah, in the past that's been a problem, is getting the information out to the public.
Yeah.
But often it's us. We just nominate other, because we're connected and we know kind of who's in the community, and we end up nominating people outside of the
But
Arts
we have
Commission.
lifers here that know people that have been here that are artists that stay in their little corners. So, so it would be nice to get it out to the public too.
Yeah.
So I just found one from 2019 that should be pretty easy to just change the date and change the contact, because everything went to Gary with all of his info. And then we just would need to figure out what date you would want to have them postmarked by.
Yeah.
So going off the idea of doing it tunes, you could present it at a September, October time frame. And then in my mind, it's like, okay, what was really good during the year? So you have your call for the award in September, October, and then you issue it in November, and that was for the end of the year versus the previous year you're presenting it for. That's just a thought. But we do have an application that I can mail out to all of you guys.
Cool. Can you see if we can get that listed on the Arts Commission page?
Yes, but some of the
Public?
information on it we'll need answers to before we just put it on, because like this one said the old one had to be postmarked by January 15th, and it was going to be presented at a council meeting in February.
So we need someone to update it, or are you
Is
able
it a
to do
PDF?
that?
Yeah, I can update it. I just need the information on when you want to have applications in by and when you'd like to do a presentation to change the dates.
Okay.
And if you want to, if you want to put it online, we can also turn that application into a seamless document, so they just apply online and it gets sent right to David, and then they hit submit. And then you can have the hard copy for like the tunes at tap and things like that if you want.
Yeah. In the past, we've had a pretty short application period. It's only been like the month of January. So I think if we push it out too far in 2022, then we end up, if we want to get back on the calendar year in 2023, then that only gives us a few main awards. So if we offer it to the public, open it up to the public, March, April, and then have the presentation in May, then that's a little bit more spread out. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
You won't be able to utilize tunes at taps. And remember, just how we did it before in the past, it doesn't mean we can't change the cycle now if we want.
True. Yeah, and then just continue it at the same time. I like your idea, Molly, because then we could even do the awards like on the stage, like make an announcement and like make more of a big deal about it then, if David's cool with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
did
could
like
do it the last Wednesday night of the summer.
And it could be open from the first tunes at tap to the last tunes at tap, or whatever, through July. And that gives you the last couple of weeks to vote and figure it out.
You just have to kind of think backwards. It's like, okay, if your meetings are on the 4th week of the month, when do you have to have your application submitted by in order to be able to have something ready for that next presentation to be able to make a decision?
And how long does it take to get the plaque done?
That's a good question. I don't know who did it last time, so I'd have to starting from scratch with that. But shouldn't take too long. Couple weeks probably. Usually we would present the award at a council meeting in front of the mayor, so I don't know if we want to switch that because that was kind of a big honor, to be able to be in front of the mayor, and switching it to Tunes at Taps kind of has a different vibe to it. We're not necessarily we're presenting it to the community, but not necessarily to the city council.
Can we have the mayor come to the one? Because he is a new mayor right. I don't know, maybe invite him to see if he would like to participate in that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, either the mayor or maybe invite a few council members and see. I think that's a great idea. Anybody have some thoughts on that?
Sorry, can you just repeat that last part? My kids walked in during that.
We were just saying that maybe we could invite the mayor to the Tunes at Taps or council members so that we kind of include more city officials with the presentation.
Do they do those presentations at a council meeting?
Usually at a council meeting, yeah.
I feel like that would be then Tunes at Taps, but that's just my opinion.
You feel like it would what?
It would have more weight if we did it at a council meeting, more of a honorarium.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking in the past, we had Larry Anderson, and he was a sculptor who did the sculpture when you come into the city. And I mean, we could do both maybe, but I would kind of want to, I'm leaning towards sticking with keeping it at the city council meetings.
So use all of Tunes for Taps to collect applications, and then in September and October and November, be able to go through the applications, kind of like what David was saying, and then at the end of November, present the award with the city council. Then that would be
Have a good night.
for the 2022 award,
Bye-bye.
instead of awarding them a 2022 award in 2023. Can't really go back on 2021 right now.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So maybe the date we could put on there would be accepting applications June and July. Application deadline is August 1st.
It looks like the last concert of our summer this year will be August 31st.
Hmm.
So if you said through the end of August, then we could email all of those applications out to the whole commission during September, and then you guys could make a decision at the September meeting, and then we present it sometime in October.
Isn't October Arts Month?
Yes, it is.
Which would be a perfect time to,
Yeah.
because in the past you guys have done Arttober,
Yes.
which would be, Debbie, I think just brought up a great point with it being Art Month. What a great month to actually do a presentation of an arts award, but in Arttober.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Do we need to vote on this?
I don't think so.
Okay. You guys are awesome.
Yay.
I like change sometimes. It really works with our calendar a little bit, flows a little bit better.
And we're getting the public involved more too with it.
Yeah, it was always hard to get it off the ground in January because it was like we had 1 month deadline, and it was like we just got done with the holidays, and there just wasn't, it was hard to get motivation going. Wonderful. Okay, moving on. Whew, okay, now we got a lot. Call for artists, review application process. So I'm not sure why this is on here. I was sending out a call for artists for the gallery at the municipal building, and Leslie's been the one doing the course, sending that out via social media. David, did you have thoughts on reviewing the application process?
No,
Oh,
I don't remember why we had that on. I know we're going to be limited on social media for a little while because Leslie is out on maternity leave. She has a bouncing baby little preemie girl, so she's going to be out for a little while. But we'll be able to get some up, just not as much as we traditionally do.
okay. I've been emailing her. I was wondering what was going on. Is there someone else I should email?
Me.
You, okay. You take all the hats. All right, wear all the hats. Yeah, on the city website, I noticed that it says that the gallery is rotating every month, but it needs to be quarterly.
Okay.
Needs to be changed to say quarterly.
Okay, that I can change.
Oh, thank you.
Huh?
Perfect. Okay, so we can move on to the utility box and design and cost. Gonzalez, you got the floor.
Oh, okay. So I I texted. I'm trying to remember the names here. Omar and Lori, to just kind of see if we can meet. Lori's unavailable till the end of February, so we couldn't meet up for any of that stuff. But I did get some price points. Have more of understanding. Lori said there's a lot of research already made that she has, and a lot of and I think a lot of information that she has from the previous time that this was happening. But I'm still moving forward, and I'm like I said, I'm acquiring cost, and I think I sent you a ballpark. It was in like the 15 to 18s, and then two potential vendors is Print Northwest and what's the other one? Signs Seattle Signs or something like that.
1,500 or 15?
1,500. Yeah, it's 1,500 for the print. And then I didn't have any information of your previous for like how much you would pay artists, but I did find here, I don't know if I can send this, but I did find a full application from a different city just to kind of see. So like at Kent, they're on the higher end. I think they pay $1,000 per artist. But this is a city of San Marcos in Texas. They pay 400. So there's it's kind of what that part would entail, and I don't know what you guys had agreed on previously because I don't have that information. So yeah, so as far as that stuff, I think having an application process or call artists, which, like I said, I have this PDF from San Marcos that's pretty well written. I also have our Rhonda Billerbeck in Kent that has a whole process that I can just grab from her. She's in the middle of doing it right now, so she'll have a new application coming up. But yeah, that's my update on that.
Wonderful, awesome.
The city of Puyallup just issued one as well, because I
Okay.
know that they just pushed theirs out to a bunch of the school district media sites to try to get the kids involved. And I want to say, but I'm not positive, but I think they had a $500 artist stipend for the winners. But I don't know how many they were doing.
Yeah, to answer your question, Josh, in the past we've never done a utility box before, so we've never paid an artist. I'm going before the council in 2 weeks, on March 8th, to present some of the work we've done last year, just a year in review, and then also to present some of these new ideas along with the budget. So we get to basically pick how much we agree together on how much we want to pay an artist. And that would be something that, I can just ask for a ballpark from the city, and then from that budget we can decide how much we wanted to pay an artist. So if you can, so 1,500 was, or what is the total cost so far
So
without an artist?
depending on the vendor, it's between 1,500 to 2,000 for
Okay.
depending on the dimensions of the art box or the traffic box.
Some of them are like doubles.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2,000 say, and then I'm all about paying artists. Like that's really our vision, or our heart and soul as an arts commission, is to provide and support artists. So
Yeah. So I see
yeah.
Puyallup from November of 2020, and that was 500 per selected design. And like I said, Kent's on, like I said, on the higher end with 1,000, not bigger budget. So
Well, I'd like to vote on that tonight if we can, because I know I was hoping to get one of these boxes on, worked on at least by the end of the spring quarter, but do you feel like we can move on to a vote about how much to pay an artist, so that I need to be able to present the city with like a kind of a final cost within 2 weeks. So
yeah, so I can get first for the vendors. I'll actually ask for quotes. I can do that and have those this week probably. But as far as the artist, if Puyallup, which is a larger city than we are, is offering 500, and I don't know what our council or mayor, how much how much they support the arts here, and so I think that would be the driving, you know, fact. They'd be willing to pay high end, which again, it's quite a bit for the high end of it versus just to be comparable to Puyallup and surrounding cities might be a good start.
yeah, we haven't spent, 2020 and 2021 were very little spending on any of
It
these.
doesn't carry over though, Glory.
No, I know, I understand. I just mean as far as like we weren't able to finish a lot of these bigger, more expensive projects that we'd hoped to because of the pandemic. So that could be a point to bring up. But yes, I think
So the budget has already been set. So any money that's not used, it goes back to the general fund. And whatever was decided when they set the budget, we're in our second year of budget cycle. So whatever was set almost 2 years ago now is the amount of money we have for this year to spend.
okay. So how do we know
So
what that is?
well, I'm trying to look it up right now, what we have, what the budget was, or what the budget was set. But trying to work on two different screens here, so it gets a little confusing at times.
So you're saying 2 years ago, meaning like 2020.
So hold on just a second here. Okay, it looks like For all of everything that we have set up, there is $5,400 in the budget for Arts Commission.
Okay. Well, then that
And
clears it
so
up.
keep in mind that last summer, I think I sent to you today, it was a little over $800 for supplies for the summer activities.
Yeah, we have all those supplies still in the closet, so it's not something we necessarily need to purchase every year because we bought so much. But that's very helpful, David. I appreciate you finding that out because I wasn't sure about how the budget worked exactly. In the past, we've talked about getting sponsors for the electrical boxes. That's also another we might need to think creatively about how we're going to pay for that. So
One of the ways that sponsorships will have to work with the city and the way they do the budget is you need to get an in-kind donation, because the way the city budget works, it doesn't, when you go get sponsorship of like $5,000 to get put into the fund, we have to then go to the council to get approval to put that $5,000 into the budget. And then at the end of the year, the council then votes on a budget amendment to approve again that we had 5,000 put into our account, and then that we were allowed to spend that. So, for instance, if you were to go to Sandy Signs, just because they're local, and say, hey, we'd like to get an in-kind donation of wrap material, what would you be willing to do? You can probably get a better deal getting an in-kind donation than trying to get a cash donation.
right. Yeah, I've noticed in other cities, their electrical box will have little business logos and, sponsored by, so, whatever local business was there. So that might need to just be more creative about how we do that. Okay.
So mentally, I would just plan that you have a $5,000 budget as you're working through the summer and through all the activities.
Yeah.
And I know one of our big costs last year was the glass panel frame, and that has been paid for. So yeah, I think that one of the ideas we had previously was that we would use our budget to pay for kind of one big item and then dole out the rest. But we also, if anybody is familiar with grant writing, that's could also be a way for getting extra funds. Speak now, if anybody wants to be a grant writer, that would be amazing. I need to take a class for that. All right, we're moving on. Gonzalez, did you have any other things you wanted to say about that?
No, emailed you, Omar, and Laura. I keep forgetting her name. Laura, right?
Lori.
And just kind of requested from Lori just any info that she has from previous stuff, and then just kind of 3 different links for examples on art calls for artists.
Did you see the vinyl wrap?
Yeah,
Rose Lake.
Yeah, so is that unincorporated? Is that why?
Yeah, it's out of city limits, but I have no idea who did it. It's adorable. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Literally no clue who. It's so far from any. I don't know why. I have no idea. Maybe Tahale, but they don't own any. Maybe they own that strip of road or something. But
Yeah, I noticed it and I said, oh, well, maybe we already did it.
Somebody did it. Okay, so Molly agreed to help us take over the outdoor display plaques. information about that since Stephanie couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah. So we've got a quote from a railing and metal artist, and it's for 4 plasma cut signs, and including powder coating and finishes. It's around $362. Suitable for cutting supplies by customer. That's for the frame that we already did.
No, this is for making plaques to install with any of the outdoor projects we do. So basically, we've got kind of 2 main duck flocks already up on that fence with no sign, no label, no nothing. So nobody knows who did them. Some people think that the daycare did them because there's no sign marking that it's the Arts Commission. So we'd had a banner out there for a while, but the banner blows around and it just looks terrible. So these plaques are going to go along with the duck flocks throughout the city, and then any other, the glass panel, anything that we do outside and possibly inside. We were hoping to have like a kind of a consistent plaque that we place with each one that just says sponsored by the Arts Commission.
Okay, so the estimate that we have received is for 4 of those plasma cut signs, so that we can distribute at the city, and right now we have an estimate of about $362.80.
Cool. Awesome. I was hoping to see a picture of what it would look like, but I think I can guess. Plasma, that means like a little hole, like straight through the metal. Is that right?
Not sure.
I trust Stephanie works with metal. I think she knows what she's doing. So as far as how many, I think I'd like to vote on going ahead and getting those cut and ordered, but I don't know if anybody wants to talk about like what exactly is put on them, or just let Stephanie go ahead and do it, and it was just going to say sponsored by the Bonney Lake Arts Commission.
So plasma cut, I'm looking it up right now. It looks like plasma cut signs are all metal. So they're all signs, and then it showed with the estimate that we had gotten from them that it was going to include the powder coating finish and everything else on them. So it's kind of like a laser cutout. So it might be just suitable just to have our it's so hard that with the Arts Commission logo. Because wording is going to get a little tougher.
Yeah, just keep it simple. Well, I'd like to make a motion to vote on ordering 4 of them because we already have 2 duck flocks up that don't have any label, and then we have piles and piles of ducks that need to go up this summer. And then if we could have the plaques already made that you can install as we're installing the ducks.
Can I just ask on the price? That just seems expensive. So once you start this is what you're going to have to keep using. 90 seems a lot. But I don't know if I'm not out there with signs or anything like that.
It's about $84 per sign.
Oh, I thought it was $90.50. $90.50 is what, when I divided 362 by 4.
Oh, that's $27 in tax.
Uh-huh.
So okay.
What did it say what the size of the sign was?
That's approximately 6 square feet, or 6 square feet each. And it's priced per square foot. That's what it is.
So are the signs 3 by 2?
Okay.
David, do you know what our sign code says?
Say that one.
That's pretty huge to be putting up. I mean.
Yeah, we'll have to. For some reason, I thought it was 4 square feet is what the sign code is, but I don't remember for sure. We'll have to check.
Oh, sign code. Okay.
Stephanie clarified in her text here. She said, because I saw that too, 6 feet. I'm like, that's crazy. That's huge. She said they could be. It's the sheet. The sheet of metal is 6 feet, and then from there they cut. She said either 4x4, 2x3, or 1x6. From that sheet. So that's big. That's a big enough to really see because we're kind of a drive-through, not really a walk-through city. Be big enough to really see from the road, but not over overly huge.
And will there be any kind of like reflection so it can be seen at night?
I personally don't know what powder coating
Okay.
looks like, but it'll be hollow, so it's visible.
Okay. Oh, I gotcha.
Well, I know Stephanie did her research. She's done price checks with a lot of different places, so I trust her pricing here. And I would like to make a motion to approve getting the signs cut with budget that Molly presented
The 362.
for the quote. Yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else? Okay. Any opposed? All right. If none are opposed, then motion has been approved to spend $362 on
Oh,
4 signs.
wait, 1 second. Did someone drop off? Because I see 2 Mollies. So I'm not seeing 6 people.
Melissa said she had to go, so we can't
Okay, so then we
vote.
don't have a quorum now.
Okay. Well, Stephanie might be able to hop on. We can save the vote for the end of the meeting if she hops on. Okay, we're going to move on to new business.
We don't have a
Unless-
quorum to move on.
Oh, we don't have a quorum to even move on. Thank goodness.
In the meantime, I just wanted to bring up one thing. It's not big, but I noticed on like the meeting minutes, my name is spelled wrong. It has 2 N's,
Bill?
not just one.
Okay.
Hey, Debbie, do you have any idea where sign code falls under our code?
No.
Okay.
I just know. I mean, did you type in sign code on the search? It should
Um,
bring it up.
I have a question about commissioners not being able to attend and if we can replace them. And I know that might be, but this is months now that we're not being able to make a quorum because the members that are on the team aren't coming.
Yeah, at this point, we actually have 2 open spots available,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how many unexcused absences, if that's probably in the bylaws somewhere, how many unexcused absences are.
so I believe in the bylaws it says 2. And right now, looking at the appointment calendar, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions that end April 6th. which would be Glory, Caitlin, Stephanie, Omar, and Lori. And so my plan was to talk to those people to see if they were planning on continuing, because my proposal is going to go to the mayor to either go down to either 9 commissioners or 7 commissioners based on the difficulty of us not being able to get a quorum. I understand that a few years ago we wanted to move it up to have more people involved, but this is the downside of having that many people involved. We can't get a quorum, which just kind of is frustrating for everybody that are putting in the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. I think that's a really great idea.
Caitlin, are you a senior this year?
I'm a junior, so I want to stay on the commission.
Yes. Okay. Well, an
But
expected
this,
letter from the mayor.
Okay.
Glory,
yeah,
I'm going to assume you want to continue now that you've been voted chairperson.
yeah.
And then I'll reach out to the others.
I know the Portillo's family, Omar's family, is planning on moving out of the town, out of the city. So, but this
Okay.
is a great time if anybody knows of other people that might be interested to start reaching out. I mean, either way, we have 2 open positions in applications on the city website. They can apply anytime. And
Do we have to reapply to keep our position, or like how does that
No.
work?
So I will forward an email off to the mayor, and the mayor will reappoint those that want to continue to be on board. And so knowing that Omar is moving out, my guess is he's a no. So we'll see what's happening with Miss Stephanie and her family and that situation to see if she's going to want to continue or if she needs to take a break. And then that'll pretty much determine if we're going to go down to 7 or go down to 9. Because we do have one more applicant that just came in, so that would fill one of the positions, but so let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 still. Wait, I see 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I thought Molly left.
2
No,
Molly's.
Molly's on there twice.
Oh.
It was Melissa that left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Stephanie's not able to, she's back in the hospital. She's not able to log in, and her husband, sorry, is back in the hospital. And then I reached out, but I haven't heard back from anybody else. So,
Well, it is 7 o'clock, and we did get through the majority of the meeting.
You at least have a chair. And I do just want to state, sorry about the packets. I have a new email, and it brought up an old Arts Commission. And so I didn't realize that until today. If you do not receive an Arts Commission packet by the Friday before the meeting, please email me because I might have messed it up on who I sent it to.
Hey, David, I just sent you
no problem.
the sign code, for the city of Bonney Lake.
Okay. I'm sitting here digging
Thanks
through
for finding
so
it for him, Josh.
Yeah.
trying to do too many screens at once. Did you happen to notice what the square footage was?
It's a lot
Well, you
of
have to
work.
make sure it depends on what side. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of words. So, if it's a wall sign, the means of sign attached parallel and extending no more than 12 inches from the wall of the building is sufficient. Say what?
I can just ask Nettie in the morning,
Okay.
David.
We'll push that one off onto Debbie to do research.
I'll send her an email tonight before I go to bed. Before I leave.
Multi-tenant buildings shall be allowed one additional sign to identify the name of the building up to 50 square feet or 5% of the building's primary facade. Total
I
sign
think
area.
that's why these aren't on buildings.
Yeah. So what is this? Oh, here.
Fence.
So this is for a commercial. Would this be a commercial district?
That's why I'll ask Medi to decipher it and
Yeah.
get back to us.
Let's just let the city staff person that would have to basically issue the permit for it to approve it tell us what it
Well,
needs
if
to
we
be.
need a permit, yeah.
Are
Right.
you guys opening back up on March 21st as well, or no?
So we're waiting to hear back from our attorney because L&I really is the ones that we have to follow. So right now the hope is that masks will fall off the radar on the 21st for everybody. But meeting in person is going to come down to the Open Records Meeting Act, and that's what we're also waiting to get the attorney's interpretation on, if we can be back to meeting in person. And so right now, the meeting would be March 23rd for our next meeting, which would be after that mask date. So conceivably, it could fall off at the same time, and we could be back at meeting in person. That's my hope, but all above my pay grade for decision making.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll be able to let you know. Oh, sorry. Debbie, were you talking? Molly?
Oh, I wasn't.
Did you want to say something, Debbie?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'll be able to come to that meeting because it's the week right before spring break for me, and I know that a lot of teachers plan tests in that week, so I might be studying for a lot of like final stuff. But I'll let you know
Fine.
closer to the time, like officially.
Okay, so we will see you. If you want
No
to
worries.
come on the 8th, Glory will be doing a presentation at the city council meeting, or you can also log into the Blue Jeans from home, or we'll see you all on the 23rd.
Okay.
I have one quick question for
Right.
Debbie. Yeah, we needed to put a work party together. Do we need to call that as a public meeting in order for us to get together?
If there's
There's
more
more
than
than
6, yes.
And what is the process to go through to call a public meeting?
We just send out a special notice that a meeting will be held, but you're not going to want to hold it at your house. You're going to need to talk to David about having space for it or something here. Because if you have it at your house, wherever you have it at, the public's welcome to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, so if you stay at 5, you don't need to. That's not a special meeting then. Once you get that 6th person, then that's a special meeting.
Okay, so I go through you if I want to have it more than 5 people and want to call a public meeting, and I just have to go through you and call a public meeting.
Well, you have to go through David. David's the one that has to still approve it. He's the one that would have to make sure there's a room or somewhere for you guys to meet, that it's going to be unlocked, things like that.
Okay. All right. That clears it up. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, awesome.
Have a good night.
Humans, have a great night. We'll see you
Right.
next month.
Touch.
Bye-bye.